Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tavaroo, and let's talk about plus size cosplay. So this subject is one I'm going to try to keep positive and upbeat, but keep in mind that some of this is some pretty serious stuff. To start off, I'm 5'6", I weigh about 235 pounds, and I consider myself a plus-size cosplayer. I've been overweight since I was a kid, and it's kind of always been a problem for me. This year, I decided to make a lifestyle change for the better, and I'm currently down about 25 pounds or so, but I'll make another video about that later if people are interested. Right now, I'm typically wearing pant sizes about 18 to 22 from the women's section because nothing in the men's section fits me correctly. And if I order anything for cosplay online, it's usually in a size XL or larger. Now, I feel like being a plus-size cosplayer and calling yourself such is a really personal choice. And it's important that you don't call someone a plus-size cosplayer unless they made it very clear that they consider themselves one. Quick disclaimer, I in no way represent all of the plus-size cosplayers out there. Everyone has their own personal experiences in the cosplay community, and this video is kind of based on my own views on it and some really awesome people who I know that volunteered to be interviewed. Now, without further ado, I give you the kinds of things plus-size cosplayers go through and what we can do to make it better. For this part, I asked some of my friends on Facebook who consider themselves plus-size cosplayers to answer 4 questions about the cosplay community and themselves. And I'll be using some quotes from them as well as my own views to comprise this next segment. Number 1, the mask of the internet. Generally, if I've had bad experiences, they're online. People will use the anonymity of the internet, say I'm too fat for a character, and etc. People don't say it to your face because they know it's wrong, and it's harder to be a jerk in real life. A recurring theme from everyone that I interviewed was that people online were a lot harsher than people in person when it came to negative comments. I've had comments on this channel directed at me from total strangers who comment negatively about my weight or my appearance, as if it's something I can just and suddenly change. My advice? Delete the comments. You might have noticed that little paragraph at the bottom of our video information or in our channel description that says we delete negative comments about our cosplayers. And it's because we don't need to hold on to that negativity, and it's okay to just delete those. Number 2, if you're bigger, you have to be better. I'm usually feeling relatively positive, but I do often feel as if my cosplay is under more scrutiny or not liked as much when I'm in a group with other people cosplaying from the same series, because I'm usually the biggest of my friends. Feelings of having everyone look at your cosplay for quality are really common, and I've often described it as feeling like you need to put in 200% to even be acknowledged by some people at a convention. There's this weird vibe that if you're a plus-size cosplayer, your cosplay has to be perfect, your wig perfect, makeup perfect, and if your character has props, well, those better be perfect too if you want to hold a candle to someone who's cosplaying the same character as you. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be a perfectionist or to do it just for fun, and maybe it's not your thing to have your pictures taken at conventions, but it shouldn't be this reoccurring standard of absolute perfection that plus-size cosplayers have to meet just to have an enjoyable experience at a convention. My advice if you're dealing with feelings like this is to remember that it's all about having fun. We're doing this for the love of characters, for fandoms, and you can put as much or as little into a costume as you want, and it means just as much. Number 3, the unsung woes of sizing. When I buy parts for a cosplay online, I never know if it's going to fit. Even when I get something custom sized or a size too big just in case, 9 times out of 10, it won't be big enough, or the article of clothing is horribly misshapen. In both cosplay and general clothing buying, there's this really weird phenomenon of clothes getting bigger but not in the right ways. And I understand that it's not easy to plan for all body types, but clothes getting sized up correctly is really important. An example of this is a high-Q uniform that I bought this last year. Now, I've bought a lot of these types of uniforms in size 2XL in Asian sizes, and not had too much of an issue with them. Besides the fact that they were all more expensive and also a little bit too small, even though that was the biggest size they had, but I digress. Except this uniform right here. The sizing on it is all kinds of crazy. It looks like I'm wearing a tent, but this is a size 2XL for this style of uniform. Before I ever purchase anything online, I'm always checking seller ratings, I'm checking the costume itself's ratings, and all that kind of stuff, and everyone else seemed completely pleased with this uniform that they got. Things like this seem to happen constantly for plus-size cosplayers. You have thrifting finds that don't fit correctly, you got custom commissions that don't fit you correctly, and you get charged extra money, like extra money, for sizing up, like way beyond the cost of materials. My advice? Even after all the difficulties, plus-size cosplayers come out looking fantastic. And all of the perseverance and hard work that goes into finding, buying, or making these cosplays we love pays off, and your effort really shows. And let me tell you, that effort looks good on you. So keep on doing you. It looks good. And finally, to wrap this video up, what can we do to make the cosplay community better for plus-size cosplayers and all people who cosplay? Change the idea that just because someone's really good at cosplaying a character, that doesn't mean that you can't cosplay the character just as well. To start being more kind and supportive to one another, as a whole community, we need to stop tearing each other down and start building each other up with love and support. I would like to see people reaching out of their comfort zone, supporting others, watching out for one another. Not everyone has a good time at cons, but little acts of kindness and helpfulness can literally change someone's perspective and breed more good vibes in the community. I wish the community was more accepting of people cosplaying people of different sizes in all respects. I want everyone to cosplay whoever they want without fearing backlash from the community. Overall, cosplay is about creativity and fun, and it's about showing our love of characters and shows and mangas and games, and showing our appreciation for content creators. All the people that I interviewed for this video stressed these facts, and about how having the support of their friends and fellow cosplayers makes all the difference in the world. We have an amazing community surrounding us. We have creative thinkers and people who love to make things, and people who are so passionate about something that they love that they literally put time and blood and tears into like everything they create. And the thing that some people seem to forget is that your size doesn't change that. How much you love a character, or love the content, or love to compete in cosplay competitions, or have your picture taken by photographers, that doesn't change just because of the size that you are. Just because someone's a plus-size cosplayer doesn't mean that they can't feel just as much joy and passion about cosplay that you do. And just because you're a plus-size cosplayer, or someone you know is a plus-size cosplayer, or someone you just see at a convention as a plus-size cosplayer, doesn't mean that they haven't gone through the same like bouts of joy and sadness and anger about making the costume, about the show that they're cosplaying from. Like, we all experience the same things. It's my belief that we need to grow as a cosplay community to accept everyone no matter what size, shape, gender, or even race, because at the end of the day, we're all just nerds in costumes. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to NoIdeaInk for more cosplay videos, and feel free to give us a follow on Instagram under NoIdeaInk for more cosplay shenanigans. See you guys next time. Just gotta hold your chest muscles to remember what you're trying to say. It's the only advice I can truly give. My advice for this is it's all about fun and dancing and singing and not messing up on the video you're trying to make. Oh my goodness. Called I clicked the button and now I've completely forgot my line. My eyebrows are gradient. I'm gonna have to edit this so much because I'm pet sitting dogs. Can you see the spit on the camera? Hold on. I'm never gonna finish this video.